Good evening, Divas. It is Mel here from Boudoir by Angel Eyes and the lovely Dave. And Nicole will be joining us very shortly.
Yes.
So we are doing our Boudoir and Banter for February. It's February.
Yes.
Okay, just February.
So if you don't know what Boudoir and Banter is, neither do we.
This is your chance.
This is just, we just jump on, we have a chat, keep it cash, and you guys join us and you can ask us questions. And
if you'd like to, where are you? There you are, Nicole. If you'd like to ask any questions that you might have regarding anything to do with anything. Anything and anything. So
is the world flat or is it round?
Nicole.
All right, Nicole, this is more of an opinion one, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Which is better, cheeky booty lingerie or more full coverage?
Cheeky.
There you go.
Every time.
There's a set that we aren't doing at the moment. It's our the Looking Glass. And that set is all about the cheeky butt.
Mm-hmm.
The lingerie has to have a cheeky butt, otherwise it's not going to work.
Cherie agrees with me. Cherie said
cheeky. There you go. Yep. 100%.
I mean, it's a boudoir session. You've got to be a little bit cheeky.
Simply.
Yeah.
So you pick a question.
I'm going to pick a question. All right. Dave, what's the best way to get rid of nerves before a boudoir shoot?
Take a deep breath. Have some faith. Trust in us. I know those are just words. So realistically, nerves are going to be there and it's all part of the journey. But it's funny because after when the session's finished, you're going to be like wondering why the hell you're nervous in the first place.
Yeah.
Every time. So just sort of have that faith, even if it's blind faith, just have faith that it's going to be all fun and cool and you're going to rock it and we've got you and there's nothing to really be nervous about.
Yeah. And as Cherie just said, glass of bubbly, if all else fails.
We've always got it.
Sarah said, Yep.
Yeah.
And we have like a mini bar at the studio. It's like a fridge. It is a fridge. It's a bar fridge and it's got lots of drinks in there. So you just got to ask.
Yeah, we got your spirits, your cruises, we got your wine.
There's lots of Moscato in there.
Yeah,
there's a range of choices.
I said have a cruiser. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Everything but passion pop.
There's no passion.
Don't have passion pop. You'll be sick.
I was going to say as well, just I guess one thing for me on the, I mean, obviously all of that as well, but I was just going to say as well, for someone, if you're someone like me who is an overthinker and an overanalyzer of like everything,
yes,
try and logic yourself around it. Be like, all right, what am I feeling concerned about? Have other people brought up these concerns or have we spoken about them in the group at all? And kind of go through and check. And I know a lot of ladies are like, oh, I was a bit nervous going in, but then after a while it was fine. And use that logic to kind of confirm for yourself that it's going to be okay. Because if we ask you how you're going in your sessions all the time as well. You can be honest with us. If you're getting nervous, let us know. Dave has a bunch of dad jokes and I'm holding back, but I've got some too. So like, you'll be sweet.
Oh no, what have I created? We also move very quickly in the studio, so you don't have time to be nervous. There's too many directions happening at once. It's just like, do this, do that, hand there, legs there, close those legs. Always say close those legs. So you don't have time. It's just bang, bang, bang.
We move quick. And we just I don't know, keep the energy up. There's a bit of banter in the studio, you know, we keep the laughs up and the energy. We don't want it to sort of dull down, just to be quiet and just mellow, and everything just sort of like drops and you know, so we make sure that doesn't happen, so that when we're not like, if we're not moving quick and posing and taking photos and that, there's just laughs and it's just, you know.
Actually, some sessions we have to go, okay, now next pose.
All right, moving along. Let's keep going because otherwise we're not going to get any photos taken.
Too much.
All right, this one's for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll aim it at Nicole first because I just want to put her on the spot. It's always fun watching her scoring with the answers. What's the most rewarding part
She just left.
of...
She left me.
Okay, here's your question, Nicole. What's the most... Okay, here it is. What's the most rewarding part about being a boudoir photographer? So,
Nicole?
Yes. Oh, yes.
yeah, that's your name. You're Nicole.
It is.
Yeah.
I think for me, I mean, obviously, I'm just starting out, and you guys have been doing it for a lot longer than I have. But I think for me, I've always been kind of drawn to places that are very positive, very inclusive. I've mentioned in a few past lives and that sort of stuff that I did like pole fitness and stuff for a while, and for me, during all of that, and basically like being in what is almost the equivalent of lingerie, that helped me a lot with my body image and kind of normalizing my body and different bodies and getting comfortable with kind of being myself in a much more stripped down, less like showy kind of way, which is why I've always liked industries like that and boudoir and everything like that. So for me, I think one of the things that I really love about what I get to do and what I kind of have been doing a little bit with the social media stuff and everything, but now in studio as well, is kind of being able to either help people start that journey themselves or being able to help them move along or celebrate the journey, but being able to be involved in that, because that was it was like a game changer for my confidence. And I'm not super like crazy confident, that sort of stuff, but I'm at a point now where I'm just like, I'm not really bothered about how I look. I'm not like thinking about like going to the beach and being in bikini and being like, oh my God, like people aren't gonna like all of this sort of stuff. So being able to be involved in that journey for other people, for me, is really, really rewarding. So that's probably my answer.
That's awesome. Yeah. For me, I think it's seeing how a boudoir session can sort of change someone's perspective on themselves. So having a client come in who has had really bad experiences in life, or like DV, or not feeling the love, and then coming in like scared, and then coming in, seeing the images, like doing the shoot, seeing the images the same day and going, holy, bursting in tears. I'm like, oh.
It's weird. It's like it's a weird perspective for us to have too, because like Mel mentioned, like we do get a fair few clients that have been through DV, and a lot of that is the emotional abuse too, where if you get told you're useless and you're ugly like every day for 10 years or something,
You believe
like
it.
You really do believe it. And we have the most beautiful people come through the studio and they don't see themselves like that, and to see just that crack happen in that shell that's been created around them, that just seeing them sort of actually finally see themselves for what everyone else can see, and to like play a small role in that, is just, it's really cool. Like I don't know how to explain it with words. It
melts my heart. It really does.
It's like holy shit. And you just can't believe that they see themselves in a negative light like that when they are drop dead gorgeous, and you're like, how did you get there? I mean, you know how, but it's like it's surreal, that someone could feel that negative about themselves, but to see it flip around and they actually appreciate themselves, their body, and their confidence, and even just that courage to come through and do the session. Like we talked about earlier, being nervous before a session is really normal, and the amount of courage required to actually book that session, to come through and do that session, and then after those stages are done and you finish that session and you sort of got that accomplishment, that's another, like, we can physically see that feeling. Like it rises off them like steam.
Yeah.
I wanted to read out Cherie's comment as well. She made
that's good. I was going to ask Cherie to pipe in and with but she did. No, so Cherie just said, so for anyone watching who is maybe new, Cherie is our studio manager. She is the beautiful person that you will talk to on the phone when you schedule your consultation. And if you have any worries
and kind of concerns and questions, that's Cherie. So she just said, a rewarding part of my role is speaking to clients that I booked in after their shoot. Speaking to clients that I booked in after their shoot, and they always say, I wish I'd done it sooner because they finally love being in their own skin.
Yeah.
So
100%. It's such a transformation that we see. I'm getting all teary. Thank you.
Oh.
Aw. Yeah, it's really, it's a lot of trust that we get put into us as well, and it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
I'm going all red.
No.
Anyway,
No,
it's not about me.
Or Mel starts going to the tissue box here.
No, and this is what I love. Like, I'm not to get sappy because you're already crying, but like, this is what I love about like being able to do what I'm doing, and I could do this same sort of stuff theoretically anywhere, but I really like how much passion you guys have with this sort of stuff, and it's you live it as much as you work it as well, which is what I love, and that's why I like it. So it's why I vouch for you, and now for myself, I guess.
Yeah,
But
you're part of it.
That's it. You're in there.
Yeah. It's just I wouldn't do anything else.
No.
And the fact that I get to do it with my amazing husband, even better. So yeah.
While she's typing, what's the funniest thing you've heard a child say? Just in general, just something that you're like,
I've heard a child pronounce Pilates as pilates. It's funny because that child was like
18
years old.
I didn't specify.
Sorry, Riley.
It's still funny.
And archives. I would really love to be because she reads a lot of books, and I would love to be in her brain when she's reading, just to see the pronunciation of some of these words, because wow. Yeah. We've had some classics.
Sheree didn't ask the question.
You can read that.
She said, I heard a child say she wants lesbians for dinner. Turns out it was lasagna.
Yep.
Just thinking. Let's talk about the big fancy thing coming up.
Oh, the big fancy thing that's coming up.
That's what I was going to say.
So the big fancy thing that's coming up. Can anyone guess?
Here's a clue. We did this 2 years ago, and it was epic. It was amazing. So we vowed to do it biannually. That's a what?
All right, so we've got a question. We'll come back to that. So I often get clients asking, what if they have a part of their body they're insecure about?
Who
you can answer that one.
All right, so we will obviously take that into large consideration. Please let us know if there are any parts that you are self-conscious about. We will use angles, posing, and lighting, and all these
body parts in the way.
Body parts in the way.
Body parts.
So if you're self-conscious about your like big nose, we'd be like, you're just going to pose like this. Beautiful. It's a little bit more subtle than that, but yes. When it comes to posing, there are ways to pose and certain positions of hands and legs and things like that can sort of bring less attention to those areas.
Yes.
However, also there will be poses where those areas may still be in shot, but you'll be like, "Hey, that's actually pretty good.
My ass looks really good."
It could be your butt, but you're actually going, "Well, actually, that actually looks really good." So,
yes.
And that's part of the process and part of the experience is sort of falling in love with certain parts of you that you thought you didn't. And
yes. I remember when I had my shoot, I was like, "Oh, my ass." I went, "Oh, my ass." Ooh.
Yeah, I remember I had mine, and I think I've told you this before, but there was one where I was like lying down and I was like on my side, but the way that I was kind of like I think there was like, I'm like, I was very like self-conscious about my middle, and I think the way it was lying was some like a way that if I was like taking my own photos, I would have never posed like that. And then I did it, and I'm like, it's the same as when I did it, but it's not the same because it looks better, and I'm not concerned. I'm like,
it's great.
Yeah. So you've also got the different millimeter zooms on the lenses, and you find like your iPhones and stuff are very zoomed back, almost to a fisheye lens type. So they're, what's the word? Like they're away from 50 mil, like, so they're less than 50 mil, and you're going to get distortion and stuff. And yeah, sometimes
can have a really big hand.
I'm talking photography mumbo jumbo here, but there's a lot of photography things in play when we work, that we do what we do. And yeah.
Sharice just asked, so some clients ask if they still get a good variety of images if they don't go full nude. Absolutely.
We make sure of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would reckon it used to be about 1% would go full nude. Now I reckon it's about 10%.
Yeah.
Clients go full nude.
And we do have those steps before that too. So you've got your implied, you know, so it's, you don't have to go full nude. If you're feeling, if I always say it's, or there's two factors when it comes to the choice of doing nude, and that is, one, your own comfort level, that matters above anything else, and two is what you want from your photos. Like if you want full nude photos, if you don't, then why would you do it?
Exactly.
So take those two things into consideration, and you can literally make that decision at that point in time when we're ready to do it, if you're willing.
And I ask multiple times, even when we're doing the set, I'm like, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
Are you happy? Are you comfortable? Yeah. There's lots of little... Yes, I remember recently when Nicole did one of her shoots, we had a client who was like, okay, I'm going full nude. I'm like, okay, you need to stop and let Nicole ask you that.
Pretend that you're not so confident with it, so she can get practice asking people that aren't
just
so confident.
Pretend, just for today.
Just for the day, just back a little bit.
Because I mean, a lot of people would be like, oh, I can't do that, but you know, implied, so they're covered with sheets and stuff like that. They'll be like, yeah, let's do that, and it's like, yeah, and you still get a lot of photos from that. And if you skip it all together, we'll still throw in extra stuff in the other sets, so that
variety, lots and lots and lots.
Yeah.
Because
that's what I think the thing I was going to say on that is also, well, two parts to that. One, to the end of that is, firstly, that's why we're continuing to make new stuff and create new stuff, because if there's certain things people don't want to do, we don't want you to miss out, or if you want to come back, we want you to have new things there. But what I did want to say on the if you want to go full nude, is that the style of photography that we do is like, I don't know if it's technically correct to say, but I feel like to me it's more of like the almost like old elegance sort of like style.
It's tasteful and elegant.
We're not shooting front and center for your full nudes.
No.
You don't have to worry about
there
that.
There is one shot, but you have a hand in front, so you can't see anything anyway.
Yeah. So if that's what you're concerned about.
And it's like only in the dark and moody where there's shadows. So
yeah.
So the question has been answered. We are hosting a Masquerade Ball. We're so excited. So yes, everyone was right. So the date is locked in. It is the 12th of October, 6 p.m. at the Surfers Paradise Golf Club. That's right. Yeah. Photographer is booked. It's not us. Not Nicole.
We will not be working.
We're not working that day. I'm gonna have some drinks, and there is a bar tab. There'll be some canapes and some dancing and some games, and I'm definitely doing another scavenger hunt because that was epic. I already have my dress.
There's lots of stuff on the agenda. It's not going to be a dull night. If you've never been to a Masquerade Ball, basically there's three things you got to do. Find a mask, or organize one of those paint-on masks or whatever, because it's Masquerade. Get yourself a nice dress and get your partner sorted too. Nice suit, or if your partner is a lady, a nice dress as well.
If you don't want to wear a dress, don't wear a dress. I believe Nicole is going like
You like a pantsuit?
pantsuit.
I'm like,
Like,
yeah,
why
I'm
not?
going to a pantsuit. I don't like wearing dresses, so I'm not gonna. So if you want to do that, go for it. Just
Yeah.
dress to the
Just-
nines.
It's just about dressing up, getting fancy. We do it up real nice and elegant, so it's a very fancy occasion. And yeah, just live up the experience. It's good fun.
Tickets will be going on sale when? No, not October.
Next couple
April?
of, what is it? Couple of months away, because it is later in October, so we
Yeah.
won't release the tickets right now, but keep an eye
Yeah.
out for the next couple of months. We'll be dropping them.
Because it's only February now, so
Yeah, it's only February.
yeah. But the work has begun with all the designs and stuff of everything. So yeah, it won't be long
Terrible
before
idea bringing me on to help with the planning for this, because I will have some crazy ideas and you're going to need to like
simmer down.
chill me out. Stop.
Bungee jumping competition.
It's going to be lots of fun. So grab a partner, grab a girlfriend,
Mhm.
bring them down.
Yeah.
It's, stay the night at the hotel that's nearby. There's
Mhm.
literally a hotel at the same place, so you don't have to go far.
Yeah, you could book the same place and you have to get an Uber.
Yes. Yes. It's going to be a great weekend.
Mhm.
So that's our big event for this year.
Mhm.
On top of releasing lots of things.
New sets
This
and
yeah. We've got a very exclusive set coming. I'm not going to drop any details about that.
we have a set. We have actually gone back into training. That's the only clue you're going to get. It's got nothing to do with photography training. We're very well trained up on that. But there is a new set that we have been training to do things and set up and all those sort of
It
work.
requires training to be in order to do it. So
We
we're not worried
have
about that.
kept it very hush hush because when we do release this,
It's going to
we
be
just
epic.
wow everyone and be like,
Yes.
hell yes.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Same.
That's probably going to be end of year, I
Yeah.
think. When we've got our training down packed, I think it'll be end of year.
We've got a few new sets coming in before that anyway, so it's not to say there won't be anything exciting happening.
Well, there's going to be
Before then?
1, 2, 3, 4. There's at least five sets this year coming. So if you've had a session with us and you want to come back,
There's lots of
there's
stuff
going to be
too.
lots of new stuff coming your way. So, yes. I just saw Gabriella hop on.
Yeah.
That's aimed at you, my darling.
Yes, she's
And
been
Amy.
through a
Amy's
few
on as well.
times.
Yeah.
Right. I think that will be it for tonight. Hey?
I think it is. It's almost 8. It's bedtime.
It's
Yeah.
probably.
Addie, are you ready for bed? She just
shook
said
her
no.
head. She's like, I'm staying up till midnight.
I'm ready for
Party.
Yep, she just said yes. So that is my cue. I'll get the daughter, you'll get the son. And we will see you next time live in the studio. Maybe tomorrow we're at the studio.
Maybe Thursday.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
All right. Ciao for now.
Thanks for
Good
tuning
night.
in, everyone.
Throw us your questions for next month and we will endeavour to
Answer.
answer them
They can be silly questions. They can be proper questions. Just, yeah.
like
try 'em
maple
out.
bacon. Maple bacon. All right. Good night. Farewell.
See you,
See ya.
everyone.
Bye.